Welcome to December. So today is December 5th. We did not do the pit firing on Friday because there's a burning ban because it hasn't rained in a while. So hopefully we get some rain soon. Rain's my favorite. So I haven't really been very artistically productive yet this month, but it's only the 5th. It's fine. I'll try not to say it's fine too many times in this video, but you know, I might. So in the past couple of days, we have put up the tree. Cute little raccoon. And the cat has decided that she wants to try to eat the tree, and it's artificial. Even if it wasn't, that probably wouldn't be healthy for her, but yeah, so we've just gathered some. I saw that you could spray pine cones with vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and so we've just gathered some pine cones. So I'm gonna make those. Like, it's gonna be like a little project for today. Also still have some rearranging that we're trying to do with the house, so that will happen later. And just been baking last night. Yesterday was like International Cookie Day, so I used that as an excuse. But also I just really wanted to like watch the Santa Claus after we put up the tree. And so we did that and had cookies because cookies are great with Santa Claus. Because we try to always match like what we're watching with what we're eating if possible. And so yeah, cookies are mentioned multiple times in the Santa Claus. So when the CD, the cookie dispenser, is in use in the sleigh, we have cookies. But we did not have hot chocolate, but we had eggnog. Yeah, so yesterday I made some. The cat is now playing with the bag that I put the pine cones in. So yesterday I made some peanut butter and oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, which are tasty. And the day before that, I made sticky toffee pudding with dates for the first time. And yeah, so that is that. And I decided last night that, you know, I wish we had certain other ornaments for the tree, and one thing that I would like some more of is snowflakes. And so I decided like maybe I should order some stuff to make some snowflake ornaments and try to sell them this December, even though it's already December 5th, because that's a wise decision, right? Like, I shouldn't. I'm trying to talk myself out of it, but I'm trying to talk myself into it at the same time, and it's conflicting. And so yeah, so and the beads that I made a necklace with last month would just like go so well with snowflake colors. And I even have, this was an idea for an earring, and then I ended up going with a different idea. Make it focus. I was like, oh, that would be such a beautiful tip to a snowflake. So now I feel like I'm gonna order, instead of making it hard on myself and making the wire bases, I'm gonna order wire bases that are basically like made to make beaded snowflakes, that are already like in a thing of 6, like an X that is like a hex, a hex X. I don't know. Anyway, I really shouldn't do it, but you know, I could also make cool spider webs with that in the future. Just a thought. Anyway, yeah, spider web ornaments for people's Halloween trees, if they have Halloween trees, and if not, just for Halloween decoration, or you know, all year decoration, because our Halloween decorations are up all year, and the only thing we do for like the winter holiday is put up the tree, pretty much. And yeah, so now I haven't compiled my official list. Like, I have a list yet, but I'm not gonna go over it with you yet for December's projects. But now I'm like putting this snowflake idea like right on top of everything. I'm sorry, self. I'm sorry. But it's so nice to have like a fun seasonal project. It's just so nice. I'm sorry. And I haven't put the beads away yet. And so it would kind of like justify the fact that I haven't put the beads away yet. They've just been sitting there on the table on a towel, wrapped up. Okay. Well, I'll check in later. Maybe show some of the pine cone decoration process. They're not going to be anything fancy. It's just going to be like hot glue, pine cone, ribbon. Nothing fancy. It's not going to look great. It's fine. I did it again. Hello. So it is Tuesday, December 7th. I have the automated ball going for the Kitsy Cats. If you hear something rolling around, that's what it is. Knocking into things, getting stuck, staying stuck until I unstick it. Okay, so the last day I updated was Sunday. I did not, in fact, make any pine cone ornaments to spray with vinegar for the tree after gathering those pine cones. Instead, I registered for pottery class for next semester, and I signed up for a online class with Hammerly Ceramics. They do a lot of really impressive things with slip casting and mold making, and since a lot of the stuff that I want to do that I've been talking about involves slip casting, I thought that would be a really good thing to do. They had a holiday sale, so I think it'll be December 24th. I'll have access to those classes, so that's exciting. I am still planning on making the pine cone ornaments and spraying with vinegar. Sorry, I'm trying to make things not be so shaky. And so far I've just sprayed the tree with vinegar, and that works for a little while, so that's good. But yeah, I've just been busy and otherwise occupied. We rearranged some more things on Sunday, which was nice, and then we made pizza and watched Home Alone, which was top priority. And then yesterday I went to pottery and I glazed everything left that I had made, that I had bisqued, all those leaves from my last vlog. Still having some trouble with vlog. I'll get there. My phone has trouble with it too. It always autocorrects to blog. Anyway, so yes, so those have been glazed. I'm supposed to pick them up tomorrow. Not sure if that's gonna happen because we had a flat tire this morning, and so I might not have access to a vehicle, or maybe there's just something stuck in it. We can pump it up and it'll be good for a short while. I don't know. Anyway, so the snowflake idea. Fate has stepped in and made it not an option. I am so glad. Or like, it's made it obvious that it's not a good choice. It was already obvious that it's not a good choice. I have too many projects I'm trying to do. I have not enough time to do them. Plus, I really wanted to like actually enjoy some of the holiday. Around Halloween, I really didn't get to enjoy much because I was just like constantly working on things. And I really regretted that. And I usually do that in December anyway. In the past, I just have like this long track record of not being able to afford people Christmas presents, so I decided to make them with, you know, all the time that I have in December, and it's awesome to be able to make somebody a Christmas present, and I don't regret making any that I have made, for the record, but it's also nice. The past couple of years, I have told myself, like, I'm not allowed to make anybody anything for Christmas, and that's really helped me out stress-wise in December, because, I mean, it would even be like I'm up super late on Christmas Eve working on things and then have to get up early. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that the snowflake wire things, the whatever they are, this ball distracts me. It's just rolling around. The snowflake forms, the wire forms, they would not ship to me until mid-December, possibly as late as the 17th. So there's no point in me trying to make those and trying to get them made, photographed, advertised, and sold. The time has passed for that. That's something that I can just add to my list of like things that I would like to do next year. Sorry, this ball gets stuck and then it's annoying because it's just like tap, 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 tap. Okay, so yeah, maybe next year. And I procrastinate things, and I have so many things that I need to work on that are my goals. And this is something that I often do, is I'll just come up with something else that's like the thing to focus on, that's new and fun and exciting, even though my goals are fun and exciting and I want to do them. Still, I'll come up with something extra and then focus on that and then put my goals aside, and then my goals become just like a stressful thing I have to work on. And that shouldn't be the case. So I still haven't compiled like my finalized list for December, but I'm going to soon, maybe today. I usually get in the mood to do that, and it's like the mood strikes me, and if the mood doesn't strike me, then I'm just going to be sitting there and like trying to think of things, and it's no good. And so the ball is stuck again. I don't know if you can hear it on here anyway, so I'll just stop talking about it. Sorry, she's cute. And so I don't have my finalized list yet, but really what I'm gonna try to make it is like things from November that I didn't get done. And so today I've been having a bit of a hard time getting started on things. For one thing, as I mentioned in my last vlog, like if I'm not actively in the middle of working on something, it's harder to get started on something, and also, or like harder to get started working on any given day. And also just the fact that like I'm just feeling really stressed and really overwhelmed. It's nothing new, but it's like the thing that I really enjoy is making stuff, you know, like, and the thing that I really don't enjoy is a lot of the things that are piling up. And then also, like, for instance, like this video that I've been editing, that's what I'm about to focus on now. Again, I'm really trying to get through it, and it's not that I like hate it. I don't hate the process. It's just not my favorite thing. My favorite thing would be to sit here and work on some more pottery stuff, or make some more stuff with beads, or such as that kind of thing. And the things I don't enjoy are like advertising and posting and photographing the things that I make, even though I like to photograph things. But if I'm photographing something that I've made to try to post, to advertise it, or to post it on Etsy, it becomes a chore. And I enjoy it when I'm doing it. But like I said, I can enjoy all those things and all those processes, but I don't feel like that's the thing that's just wonderful. Like, those are the things that I would definitely hire somebody to do if I could afford to, and I would just sit here and make stuff all the time. That would be great. But also, you know, I'm trying to be balanced. Whatever. That's not the point. Or maybe it was the point. I don't know. But now the point is that, so what I'm going to work on today, oh, I know what I was going to say. I have had a hard time getting started today, and so like I'm just going to throw this out there. Anybody else that's trying to work from home, whether it be art or, you know, whatever, try not to incorporate like household duties and household chores in your like goals for the day. Like, yeah, those things need to get done, but for instance, if I was like going to work and I need to be at work at 1, I'm not going to be here 1 to 3 working on random stuff around the house. I'm going to be at work. But if I'm working from home and I need to start at 1. But then I'm like, well, let me get this done first. And then it's 3 o'clock. And then just now I've finally done a little bit of yoga, and that's good. And that's the first time in a week, and I needed it. And I try to tell myself when I'm getting started on that, like, I don't have to enjoy it. I just have to get through it. And I do enjoy it. And that's what I guess that's the same attitude I need to take with all these other things. Like, I don't need to enjoy it. I just need to get through it. So I need to get started so I can get done. I do enjoy yoga a lot, but I enjoy it more the more I do it. And if I'm not doing it consistently, then it's not going to be as enjoyable. But also sometimes I won't want to do it because I'll want to enjoy it. And I'll be like, oh, I don't have time to like properly enjoy it. Or, oh, I'm not in the mood to properly enjoy it. I just need to get through it. But anyway, so I'm just throwing that out there. And so yeah, I'm going to work on editing this video. I'm not going to try to finish it today because I know better than that. It's not going to happen. And so yeah, I might check in later. I might not, but whatever. 10 minutes of me talking. I'm so sorry. I'm not really sorry. I'll watch this later. If nobody else watches it, it'll keep me entertained. All right. Sorry. Stop saying sorry. Okay. Goodbye. Going to go edit a video, drink some tea, get this ball unstuck for this cat. Sunrise. Don't usually see it after waking up. Usually if I see it, it's before going to sleep, which isn't very often anymore. It's so pretty. Hello, so I don't know when the last time I updated was, and I should have looked back and referenced that video to see, but I did not. But all I can say is I still haven't made pine cone ornaments, yes. But what I did just do is make a list of to-dos for December, and today is December 14th. And when I had planned out December on paper, like a month or more ago, I was really thinking that the second half of December I was going to kind of like take off, not in the sense of like I'm not going to get anything done, but like, sorry, I'm drinking dandelion tea and I really have to get it all done before it gets cooler because it's not the best anyway. But you absolutely have to drink it hot. I absolutely have to drink it hot. I have a thing where I just really like things to be hot, things that are supposed to be hot, sometimes things that aren't supposed to be hot. I really like them to be hot, like soup, piping hot. It's the only way I like it. Anyway, sorry. I'm having an awesome time rewatching these videos and like seeing my train of thought just like flit out the window just like a bird, if a bird was caught inside. Sorry, I'm being ridiculous because I wasn't planning on doing this right now, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And you can hear my dishwasher. Yeah, I have a dishwasher. It's pretty awesome. It's like it's like more than 35 years old, and I'm not sure if it does that good of a job, but so I'm not like bragging about having it. It's just the first time in my entire life I've had a dishwasher. And now that I've had one, I absolutely like feel like I'm gonna try to always have one because of the amount of, like, right now I was able to make this list and drink this tea and do this vlog instead of just like washing dishes forever. Anyway, the cat's asleep. Oh, where is she? She's there. Oh, okay. Sorry. I really regret that I haven't just spent like 2 minutes every couple of days or every day to update what I've been doing. The weekend, I tried not to do too very much. Just kind of spend it on like holiday cheer. Made another pizza, watched Home Alone 2. We had some buffalo cauliflower sandwiches, which didn't relate to any kind of movie, but I mean, not sandwiches, salads, which didn't relate to a movie, but they were very tasty. And watched National Lampoon's Family Vacation, because we don't correlate our food to that movie, because like, if you know that movie, you know why that would be bad. So yeah, like yesterday I was just depressed and stressed, and just in general, like if I haven't updated, it's because I'm freaking depressed. You know, just because of life in general, but really it's because of Harley. And so sometimes I just don't feel like updating, because I cry about that every day. And so sometimes I just don't want to come on here if I've been crying. And this is all too much info, but why do I care? Why do I care? Thank you if you're watching this. I appreciate you. But like, you know, I'm not on here trying to be like fake or like put on a mask. And so we talk about things like that, but I'm trying not to make anything too triggering or anything. I even thought about like maybe doing videos where I like in depth talk about certain things, kind of as like a therapeutic thing, and like maybe other people would want to watch it, or maybe it would be like terribly like scarring, but maybe not. But I mean, I probably am not gonna do that, but we'll see. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is I just made this list of December to-dos, and I've decided I'm not gonna make a list of art to-dos this month. My art to-dos are on this December list. It takes up, I'm not gonna like read it to you or show it to you, but it takes up that full space. I don't know if you can see it, it's weird, sorry. But that's what I've got. I've got my art to-dos on there, the ones that I absolutely have to finish by the end of the year, or like I absolutely want to finish by the end of the year, along with a couple of other things that would be nice, but I'm not like, I had already made a list of things that I wanted to do art-wise for December, and they're really just not gonna get done. And I'm not gonna try to push myself and like overexert myself and stress myself out about something that's not gonna end up happening anyway. I'm just gonna put that on next year, that's fine. But there's plenty on this list for December to keep me busy. I really want to make things, like I've been craving at making things lately, all of this like editing and posting and such. Like, I just want to make things. I think I talked about that in my last update, actually, maybe. Oh, the tea is going cold. I'm not like dissing dandelion tea, like it's got like major health benefits, and it's kind of nutty, like almost in a peanut butter way, which is nice. But yeah, I really, you know, it's not my favorite, but I don't hate it, but I really don't like it when it's not hot. Okay, that's done. So I have a lot of baking that I want to do this month. So that's one of the priorities. I want my baking to be artistic, so that is an artistic goal, even though that's not like a thing that I do for work, and I can't like write my baking stuff off my taxes, I don't think. And I don't make any money from my bakes. Anyway, I'm not covered insurance-wise to sell my bakes. People keep saying, oh, you should sell this. Like, I don't feel like getting insurance for that kind of thing. I don't need one more thing. Baking is relaxing to me. Once it becomes a job, it's not going to be relaxing anymore. Okay, that's besides the point. Sorry, I'm looking down at this list, even though I probably shouldn't be. I have lots of stuff that I need to get done, and my focus for the second half of this month was going to be to not really worry about art goals, but to worry about like cleaning house. I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you the state. I might show you later when I'm actually tackling it, but not right now. The state of the room, I call it the spare room. It's full. It's very full. It's art supply, lots of fabric, you know, sewing stuff, my printer's in there as well. It's full. And anytime that there's a art project that I'm in the middle of, or that like I just happened to not clean up, or there's like something out here miscellaneous for it, because I do all of my art stuff in the living room, because that room is also very tiny, which is why it's full, really. It's very tiny. And And, you know, it's winter too, so, like, it's cold in there. We don't have heat that, like, goes throughout the house. The living room's the only warm place besides the bathroom because we have a heater in there. But that's not the point. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I'm about to go take an aerial silks class with my little cousin. And I've never done that before. And that's why I have my hair up in a way that hopefully it definitely won't be at risk of getting like tangled in anything. So I'm also like trying to rush while I'm talking, so I'm everywhere. But I am about to go do that. I'm really excited. I would like to say that I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but it's more like I've enjoyed the idea of doing it, but I've been too scared to actually do it, and now I'm actually doing it. But I found a place. It's a place I already know like one or two of the instructors there from where I was taking pole classes before the pandemic in Greensboro. And today is actually the anniversary of me getting my pole up in my house, my home pole, but it's not up right now because you can just take it down. And I don't dance as much as I need to at all. I know that I would feel a lot better mentally if I were doing that, and I know that I would be a lot stronger, and I've lost a lot of the strength that I had before the pandemic because I have not been dancing or like really exercising at all, and before the pandemic I was also lifting weights, and feeling stronger is nice. And so yeah, today's the anniversary of that happening last year, and so that's cool. I just saw that randomly earlier. Has nothing to do with anything. Oh look, my cousin's on her way. She's gonna pick me up. We found, so I say like we found, but it's like the only place also that I know of that does like aerial silks. But they have like a really good COVID policy. You have to upload, well, you don't have to upload, but like they have a thing where you upload your vaccination card or like proof of vaccination when you register. Anybody that doesn't have a proof of vaccine has to wear a mask all the time. I'm gonna try to wear a mask all the time anyway because I'm wearing a mask all the time everywhere I go, like 100%. She's been doing really good with that too, and she's vaccinated, so I know that like I haven't been socializing with anybody really, and people that aren't vaccinated even more so, and I think people are mad at me. Maybe I shouldn't be putting this in the video, it's too personal I guess, but I just want to say like it's not personal, it's just the way it is, you know. But so I kind of wanted to put that in there, like, yes, I'm going to this public place. Yes, I think everybody that's going to be there is vaccinated. Yes, it's a place that's been doing all that they can do to prevent the spread, which is important for me in terms of like public places right now. Like, what have they been posting? What have they been advertising? What have they been implementing? I am really nervous to go and take a class, but I'm doing it. I'm nervous not just because of the pandemic, but also because of heights. But anyway, so that's an artistic goal for this month, is to learn intro to aerial silks, because I have a 4-pack of classes, and so I'm probably gonna be going once a week. Yeah, so again, don't come at me with anger, please, or like, please just, I just feel like there's been like a lot of people that are really unhappy with me lately, and that's probably contributing to like the feelings of depression as well. Maybe not, but the fact that I'm saying it means it probably definitely has. But anyway, so yeah, so that's exciting. I'm probably going to be super tired later and have no grip in my hands, and I'm going to be super sore tomorrow and even worse the next day, and I'm like really looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I've been sore, and when I get sore, I get really sore. Anyway, so yeah, so kind of like finishing up some projects that I've really been leaving open, as well as cleaning, are my focuses for this month. I'm sorry this is so long, but I guess I shouldn't care and I shouldn't apologize. I'm working on that. I said this video would be better than the last, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be. I've got some pottery. I just got pottery back. I'm gonna hopefully put it in my Etsy shop later this week. That's one of my focuses, is to get all of my Etsy stuff photographed and listed. Stuff I've been putting off doing, some stuff I've already had for at least a month. So definitely gonna try to do that. And then I'm gonna try to tackle the chaos that is the spare room. Like I said, it's actually really small, so it might only seem like a big deal. Oh, I don't know if I said this, but like, yeah, so anytime that there's a project in here, I know I started it, but anytime there's a project in here and it needs to like quickly put away, it's just like moved in there, but not put in its place. So that's the problem in there. So, all right, let's check out this pottery. Right, the lighting is not the best, but leaf dish, that one's my favorite. This one was my favorite before the glaze. I still like it with the glaze, but it's not 100% my favorite anymore. But I was really torn between like green colors and brown colors on it, and I probably should have gone like brown and orange. All right, that dish. This little leaf turned out great. I wasn't going to show all this stuff, but here we are. All right, so I'm gonna go get ready, and I will check in another time. All right, today is Thursday, December 16th. I have written on my planner, I didn't see this, and this is what I said that I had planned. Like, I wrote this down on my planner like a while ago. On the top of like this half of this week, take 2 weeks off, accept anything that brings joy, plus advertise for holiday sales, plus basically clean, edit, share, promo, but don't force makes to have break for holidays. That would have involved me getting things done before now. I feel like this often happens to me. I feel like this is becoming a mental health vlog instead of a project vlog this month. My mental health hasn't been the best the past couple of days. Today I was going to try to do, or I did try to do a Disney bake collaboration for Instagram, and I've been planning it for a while, and I had this really cool plan. It's technically a Christmas bake though, and so the plan that I had that I was going to attempt was to do, it's ridiculously complex, honestly, was to like sculpt the rose from Beauty and the Beast and make an isomalt cloche thing to go over the rose and have that on like a cake or a cookie. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that hopefully eventually, but I'm not going to do that this week or now or this month. I also thought it would be cool to like sculpt out in relief and cast. What I was going to do was sculpt the rose and cast it with the silicone. It would also be cool to sculpt the stained glass rose and cast that in silicone with the different sections of the stained glass, and then pour sugar, like hard candy type, like sugar, up to that temperature in those pieces and have it be like that, and then assemble that on like a cake or a cookie, like on some icing or something, or just in general put that on something somehow. That would be really cool. That's a thing that's not gonna happen either, but that's fine. You know, so what have I gotten done this month? I don't know. It feels like all I've gotten done is getting my spider video up, and I guess that's something that had been hanging over my head for a long time, so I guess that I should be super happy about that. But being as it had been something that I'd needed to get done for so long, it doesn't feel that exciting because it feels like I should have already had it done. I don't know. Maybe that's in some way making me sad. Or, you know, maybe it's just like the holidays, the end of the year, the current times. Like, there's so many things that it could be. Just the fact that I haven't created anything in a few weeks and I've been craving that, and since I haven't done it, maybe that's what it is. Baking doesn't count. Baking would help me feel better today if it had turned out, but it didn't. And so I'll talk about that in a second. And yeah, I don't know. I think I've been seeing this meme, and it's talking like, you know, your brain is like shut down for the rest of the year until next year, and I think that's what it is. My goals for this week were predominantly to get my stuff photographed and put on Etsy, and I haven't done that yet, and I was gonna do that today, but then I thought that I would have plenty of time, and then I spent the daylight hours baking. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Chris is also on like a holiday schedule, so he works an hour later and goes in an hour later, so that's an hour less of daylight that I also have in the day, so I'm getting started even later than usual. I know that some people might not think that should affect me, but we're like a couple that always goes to the bed at the same time and always wakes up at the same time. I know some people aren't that way, but that's just how we are. So, you know, my work hours are his work hours. You know, if I'm working at home, I'm working the same hours he is. That works out for us so we can spend as much time together as possible. Anyway, this month I'm also getting into like all this personal stuff, and I didn't mean to. Okay, so I took the Aerial Silks class. Look, today I'm like, oh, I'm depressed, but then when I updated 2 days ago, I was like extra happy. Maybe that's what it is. That's probably what it is. I was extra happy, and so now I'm just like slightly below regulatory level. That's the issue. That's exactly what it is, because I've felt this way yesterday and today. Anyway, took the Aerial Silks class. That was awesome. I mean, I say it was awesome. That was cool. That was exactly as difficult as I expected it to be. And turns out I have trust issues with just like flinging myself backwards. Who would have guessed? Wonder what childhood memory that comes from. Definitely couldn't have been a whole bunch of kids being like, oh, just fall backwards and we'll catch you. And like, you know, that game of trust. See, I am getting into personal stuff this month. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe like 4 people are watching this anyway. So, when I was a kid, you know, I don't know if you played this game of trust, but you have several kids and like one of them just falls backwards and the rest catch. And we were playing this at this girl down the street's house, down the road. I don't live on a street. I do live, it's a road. I live in the middle of nowhere, so like down the street implies like I have neighbors and neighbor kids that I hang out with. Like this was miles away. Anyway, and it was my turn to fall, and you know, I just thought maybe they would catch me, and they didn't, and I landed flat on my back on the like dirt and rocks. And you know, maybe that's where some of my trust issues come from, but I feel like that was the memory that came up when I was trying to like fling myself backwards while I'm holding the silks so that I can be upside down. And it was the second move that she had us do in class, in the intro class. And when that happened, I was like, I just can't do it. I can't. I tried. She assisted me and I was able to get in the position, but I could not do it. Later, I was able to go backwards and do an inversion, but it was when the silks were tied behind my back. So it was literally touching my back. And so when I had that support on my back, I could do it. So that's interesting. Sorry, my eyes just started to burn. Okay, so I am so sore. I think that's another thing that's kind of been affecting my progress today, is that I am so sore that I just feel like I cannot move. I cannot do anything. There's this cat. She just loves this spot. Say hello, Sabra. Oh, that little mouth. Okay. She's just been really sweet, and I love her. So the class was great because I really needed to work those muscles to the point of exhaustion and feel the sore. I've lost my strength during the pandemic, and I'm ready to get my strength back. And I think that not having my strength is impacting me. I know that it's impacted my pottery. Before the pandemic, I was like throwing pots on the wheel, and like right before the pandemic hit, I threw like my biggest pot ever, and I had all this confidence. And then after the pandemic, when I returned to pottery, I couldn't throw on the wheel anymore. There was just this mental block. I could not throw on the wheel. That's why everything that you've seen me make, if you've been following, has been hand-built stuff. It's either pinch pots or slab-built stuff or coil, because I guess I'm scared of getting back on the wheel. I've gotten back on the wheel a couple of times. There's nothing scary about it, but it's like the confidence just isn't there, and it's affecting me. And I want to get that back. And I think that my strength is also, like, the lack of strength is also affecting my confidence in a way. Not like I think I don't feel confident because I don't have it, but just the fact that when I had it, I was way more confident. So there's that. Now, this Disney bake. I went back and forth on what to do. Beauty and the Beast thing was my first idea. I was like really set on that. But then I couldn't find the baking collab on Instagram anywhere. And I really needed to do it last weekend, and then I didn't because I couldn't find it. And I was just like, I don't know what to do or when to post or, you know, whatever. And so I've found it. It's awesome. But then it's like, okay, well, I need to do it today, and I needed to photograph my pots today. And then I spent all my time working on making some macarons. Oh, and let me tell you, these macarons were macarong. That's a thing. I didn't just make that up. Just trying to be funny. That is like an actual thing that people say, like macarons. I'm not sure who coined this term, but I think it's my oven. It's like, it's supposed to bake at like 280 to 290, or like one kind is like 300. And I'll put my oven on 250 and put the macarons in, and it'll be at 250, but I'll be like, it's okay because it'll get up to 280 quickly. And then I'll go back 3 to 5 minutes later, and it's at 350, and then they're ruined. And then I have to leave the door open to try to cool off the inside of the oven, and then the top's wrinkled. Like, I could watch them wrinkle in front of my eyes. And I'm not saying that I made the macarons correctly, because I could have made them incorrectly. I could have gotten the macaronage wrong, but I think the oven sabotaged me. And so it almost makes me feel like, until I have a different oven or live in a different place, maybe I just shouldn't try to make macarons anymore. Maybe that's been my problem ever since I've lived here, because I've tried macarons a lot and it's always failed. And then, but I have a toaster oven, and I don't know if the temperature stays consistent in that, but maybe I should try to make them in the toaster oven, and that would be super inconvenient and definitely not worth it, but it's a thought. Okay, so I was going to decorate these like Nightmare Before Christmas. That seemed cool. I just got some food coloring so I could like paint with the food coloring on them. But then when I was making the macarons, I was like, okay, if this doesn't turn out, what should I do? Maybe I should make the imaginary pie from Hook. Like, it just came into my head for some reason. But now I've looked it up, and Hook isn't a Disney movie. It was going to be a Disney movie, but then they stopped, and then it ended up being something else, I think maybe TriStar. And so now I'm like, well, do I want to still make that anyway and be like, well, it's not a Disney movie, but it is a Christmas movie, technically. This is a really talky, lengthy vlog, and you know what? I did care. I did care. It did bother me at first. And I know the light is bad too. Like, sorry about that. I did care at first, and like I said, there's only going to be like 4 people that watch this, so why do I care? But then maybe more people would watch it if it wasn't so long and talking. But I don't know. Like I said, this is more like a mental health vlog, I guess, and it was not meant to be that way, but here we are. The lighting is just so bad. And I'm just rambling on, and honestly, I'm just wasting time. That's how I feel. It's like I'm just wasting time, but that's how I've felt all day. That's how I felt all month, is that I'm just wasting time. Does anybody else feel this way, like specifically in December? Like, I want to get so much done, and it's like I want to, but I just can't decide to do it, and then I've wasted time. Like, I had the thought earlier when these macarons turned out wrong, I was like, I could have just laid in bed all day. Like, not that that would have been constructive, but, you know, it would have helped my muscles to heal, because I am so sore from that class. So sore. Like, cannot do basic functions. I could have just laid in bed all day, and I would have got just as much done. It would have been better, because then I wouldn't have eaten all these failed macaron shells and like had an overdose of sugar in my system. The macarons are still going to be tasty to eat. It's just, they just don't look good. So I can't post them, and I don't want to decorate them and waste time, because it's not going to look good decorated. And that was like the whole point. I've been wanting to make them, but that was the whole point of using a day that I was supposed to be doing work. Anyway. I really don't want this December vlog to be a mental health thing. I want my stuff to be about projects. But I also don't want to be fake. And so here we are. For reference, I've already like lifted these up from the sheet, so that's why it's like everywhere, but this is the best one. Best one. And even it is not that great. But it's the best one, and it's the one I could pretend like is okay if I were to decorate, but it might take less time just to decorate, like to make the whole Hook pie, but do I really want to put that much more time into making another dessert when I've already spent this day making this dessert? Just for the sake of Instagram, which the point of posting these things on my Instagram is to get the algorithm up, to get people following my page. It increases the chance of me selling stuff, but then if I'm not posting what I'm selling, the indecision. This is an excellent example of the indecision that racks artists, or at least me, in my attempt to be a full-time artist. Welcome. I feel like I should also add that one reason why posting these like artistic bakes I feel like helps my Instagram is because when I posted my Hocus Pocus spellbook cake, I was able to sell one of my tiny cauldrons because of the influx of traffic that my Instagram page got from that. And so that was one thing right there. And just in general, the people that follow me to see the artistic food are the people that interact with my content. So when I post my art, I get very little interaction, and it just kind of gets hidden in the whole Instagram thing. And that's just how Instagram is now, and it bothers everybody. Nobody likes it, but so I'm not like trying to complain about it specifically, but that's one of the reasons why I would be willing to sacrifice a day of potentially making progress in my business to just try to make an Instagram post for likes. Like, I just wanted to clarify that that's really the reason that I would be willing to do that kind of thing, or also because I like to do bakes, and I just thought it would make me feel better too. Hello. So it's been a long time. I actually had thought about perhaps abandoning this video, but here I am. The cat scared me. I didn't know she was in here at all. Oh, she's gotten to be quite, she's just started to enjoy for me to pick her up, which is nice. Like, she's gotten to be quite more relaxed when I pick her up, is what I was gonna say. Like, now when I pick her up, she's just kind of like, which is awesome. And she's so big. Look at how big. Like, she's so much bigger than before. Okay, so I have the phone on a tripod, and it's sitting on the stool that she uses that's next to the window, so she's making it move. Oh. I'm sorry. But the tripod is one that clamps onto the phone, and it's like got a long piece, kind of like an old desk clamp, and it winds around in its wire. And so I've got it in a loop right now, and she just went completely through the hole, and her like tummy was almost stuck, and then she backed back out of it. All right, anyway. And she's scratching her scratcher right now. She's not scratching any furniture. I never made those pine cone ornaments, and I felt like a failure. I'll be honest, I felt like a failure. I got the hot glue out. I got the ribbon out. It would have taken 10 to 15 minutes. Probably like an hour, but I just couldn't do it. I kept thinking I would, and I kept putting it off, and it didn't happen. I don't remember what the last day was that I updated. I think that I had already painted the macarons, and I'll pop a picture in probably of those. And so since then, what I have tried to do is some cookie painting, and that did not work out for me because the first batch baked well, and the second batch burnt because my oven went from 325 to 450 degrees in a matter of like 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes at most, when it was set on 375. And so those burnt, and then I iced them, the ones that turned out okay, and I iced them with royal icing that I made from meringue powder, and that was my first time doing that, so that was cool and a first. And I was like, it was the first time that I'd ever like piped the edge and then flooded it, so that was a learning experience. Didn't look the best, but it was good enough. And they weren't dry, and so I put them in the oven with it off overnight so that they had a safe place to dry. And the next morning, I was just like, don't preheat the oven, because, like, don't forget the cookies. I was so proud of myself for remembering. And then the next night, we were in a hustle and a bustle, and we were making pizza. And it was deep dish pizza. And usually when I make pizza, this is just an example of me rambling, but usually when I make pizza, I will, like, the crust rises on the tray. Like, I'll rise the crust, then shape it on the tray, then rise the crust again. And then I will cut up onions and sometimes tomatoes and pop that in the oven to bake, but I do it from a cold oven. Do I not? No. Okay. Okay, so I've been remembering that incorrectly all day. I don't do it from a cold oven, so this would have happened even if we hadn't been making deep dish. My bad. But usually, I used to pre-bake the onion on parchment, and that was like with it sliced up, and that would be from a cold oven. And I would pop it in the oven, turn the oven to the temperature for the pizza, bake that for 10 minutes. So basically by the time that it preheats, it's done. And it's just to get some of the moisture out, so that the top of the pizza isn't super moist. And so, yeah, so just ignore everything I just said. Okay. If I feel like I should delete it, I'll delete it, but whatever. This month, yes, finally, this month has been a clusterfuck anyway. And that right there is exactly why I decided to return to this video and not give up on it. When I first made my last, when I first decided to start doing video updates and I made my November update, I was not sure if it was going to go on Patreon or YouTube. If I put it on Patreon, it's unlisted on YouTube. It's still on YouTube, but it's unlisted. It does not go towards my YouTube channel views. So like the hours watched on my YouTube channel, which you have to have something like 1,000 hours in a year, I think, is the minimum that you can have, plus like, I don't know if it's 1,000 or like 4,000 followers. It's got to be like 1,000. Maybe it's 4,000 minutes. I don't know. So I was thinking, well, I'll do it early access on Patreon and post it on YouTube like I do my videos usually. For one thing, just to be able to put up YouTube content. Still giving patrons early access. And then there's like a digression there where I could say also I feel like I haven't been putting a whole bunch of art up on my TV just turned off, on my Patreon, aside from just like modeling and like photo sets and stuff like that. That's not really been my intention, but I've noticed that when I'm posting, oh, now I'm full into another tangent. I've noticed my attention span watching these videos, just so you know. I have noticed, and I would like to claim that it's because I'm nervous recording myself, but I know that I'm like this anyway, all the time, 100%. Anyway, so now I just want to finish the first thing I was saying. Okay, this is exactly why when I do a YouTube video, it takes me forever to edit it, because I will be like, oh, I want to change what I just said, or I want to say that slightly differently, and I will record for like 25 minutes to get 2 minutes worth of footage, and then I have to go through and sort all that out, and then when I watch it, I'm like, I should have just left like the tiny mistake that I made. Okay, but I'm not trying to edit these, and so you get the chaos, the pure, unbridled chaos. No, I don't remember anything I was gonna say. If I put it unlisted on YouTube, it will not calculate towards my hours watched. Therefore, it will not help me to get monetization. Okay. If I put it on Patreon, it helps me to give patrons something exclusive that is artistic content, even if it's boring. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting enough for me to watch because I watch people's vlogs. I don't think people's vlogs are boring. I don't necessarily just sit there and like watch them without doing something else, but that's what I do. I always do something else when I watch anything. Okay, so the biggest reason is because once I put that video up at the end of November, or on December 1st, I felt very exposed, which was fine, not a problem, but apparently it was a problem, because when I was filming for December, I felt every time I would cut my camera off, I would wonder, should I have said all that? And I would find myself also, because I'm just like so paranoid, technically there are reasons for this, I'm not going to go into them, but I've definitely been made to feel like I shouldn't say certain things online. And so I keep doubting myself. I've lost the confidence. In December, I had lost confidence that I had in November about posting things, even if it was just on my YouTube channel, even though my channel has very few followers. And that last vlog I posted, I think got like 4 views or something, maybe 6. And I'm sure half of those were me. So it's not like it matters, but I think that my lack of confidence, it wasn't so much that I was worried about it showing in the video as it felt terrible. Also, I don't know if you can cuss and also have monetization on YouTube, but when I used to record videos that for the purpose of only posting on Patreon, I was myself, and I myself cuss a lot, and I see other YouTubers cuss, and that's cool, but then a lot of people will show my YouTube videos to their kids, and I guess that goes along with something I said, I feel like it was in a vlog actually, that's like, I like that they're showing them to the kids. I like to inspire kids. I definitely do. I love kids. I think kids are awesome. But also, if they often show my videos to their kids and then they happen to put this on with their kids and I'm just like cussing all the time, because I try not to cuss in my project videos, I don't want anybody mad at me. I guess I'm just always worried somebody's gonna be mad at me. And so throughout November, I was like thinking, like, if I have the courage to post this on YouTube, I will. And I did. And so I did it. Throughout December, I was filming thinking, this is going on YouTube. And it made me have a completely different feeling about it. Also, not just kids, but like my family watches my YouTube, and I don't cuss in front of those family people. And so, yeah, that too. But anyway, so kids, monetization, and family are 3 reasons why I felt like I couldn't cuss in my video, and also just like I couldn't be myself. When I mentioned, like just mentioning photo sets, and when I'm going over projects, like if one's a lingerie set, I feel awkward about putting that on my YouTube. So why am I gonna do anything that makes me feel awkward or like kind of puts off the like image that I was trying to have for YouTube, even though I want to be open and real and honest? Maybe that's low battery, sorry. Maybe that's just, better for behind the closed doors of my Patreon. And okay, and then this goes back to the other thing I was saying, which was, and also I haven't been putting a lot of art on Patreon, mostly just photo sets, and I feel bad about that. I don't have anybody following me currently that is just there for art. So I think that's one reason that I'm not doing it, because everybody there is there to see like my art plus my modeling. And like that lower tier of like just art, nobody's on there. And I feel like if there were people on there, I would be more inclined to post my art on there. But then also, like, I'm posting my art like on my social media accounts, and I need to be photographing and posting my art like on Etsy, and I don't. And I'm not saying I'm not going to post art on Patreon. It would still be an excellent goal, and maybe I should make it a priority, like, okay, when maybe I need to photograph it for Patreon, and that will actually force me to upload to Etsy once a month, because if you notice, a lot of my Patreon posts happen at the end of the month, because I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't upload enough stuff to Patreon this month, and I've been meaning to upload this, this, and this, and I haven't done it, and now it's almost the end of the month, and I'm a bad Patreon person, and which I know I'm not. I know that everybody that runs a Patreon struggles in similar ways. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Anyway, yeah, so maybe that's a thought that I could start implementing in the future, but that's not the point. I'm really bad at uploading my stuff to Etsy. I have stuff that I've been needing to upload for months to Etsy, and that's literally my job, and why am I not doing it? You know, Patreon is my job too, but that's auto-drafted from YouFind people, and so it's like, I know that I'm getting that money, and so I know that I need to put out content, but on Etsy, I don't have money already coming to me. I can just put up stuff and sell it, and if I put up stuff, it doesn't mean that it's going to get sold. And I think that's the difference, is like, I feel the obligation to post on Patreon, the healthy and good. I enjoy the obligation. The obligation to post on Patreon because I know that I'm receiving those funds. Whereas Etsy, I don't know if I'm receiving those funds, so it doesn't have that like spark of gratification when I post. I only get gratification if somebody actually purchases something, which relies on me posting on my social medias and promoting it constantly. Which brings me back around to what I was saying, which is it's already something that I need to do constantly on social media, and I feel like, you know, you really need this whole creative team. Like, I need a video editor, and I'm not saying that I would like feel comfortable relinquishing any of this obligation myself, but I need a video editor. I need somebody to photograph my pieces for me, even though I enjoy photography, because for some reason I just can't make myself do it. I don't know why. That's not true. I don't need these things, but like, I'm just saying, I want to just make things. And so anything that I'm doing other than that, I enjoy, and I enjoy posting on social media and advertising too, don't get me wrong. But if I had somebody else that was posting on social media and advertising for me, that would free up a lot of time that I could be creative instead, and also not get sucked into social media, which happens. But as a self-employed artist, social media is like a necessary thing, and really to you got to build a following, you got to maintain that following, you got to keep the algorithm up, you got to keep posting, and then I need to post all of my stuff and advertise it. And so it just becomes the point of, I could post this stuff to Patreon, but when I'm not working on behind the scenes of a project, like the process photos that I don't want to show everybody else, or like special tricks that I'm doing that I can share, I'm not always working on those things. You know, the dragon, I posted select little bits of things on social media, but I saved anything that's kind of like a true like behind the scenes like process for Patreon. And I like that. But if I'm like getting out of breath, it's because I know my phone's dying and I think I'm getting nervous. But if and I'm also losing my light. My point, let me just say really fast before I distract myself again, is that I'm already making those posts, and the more I post on those other places, the more I can increase my business, not just by bringing people to my Etsy shop, but like just by boosting the algorithm on my page, which helps my page be more successful, which helps me to get out there more. And so I've noticed that when I post my art to my Patreon, I'm usually like, okay, that's good. And if I'm working on a project, like a specific project, you know, like the dragon, I posted that on Patreon in like August. I didn't post the process photos till later, but then I didn't post it on Instagram until December, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with waiting, because that was a commission, so it was already like had already found its home back in August. It's not something I was needed to promote, other than just the fact of like, hey, I have process photos for this on my Patreon, please join, or like, you know, look at this cool thing I made, I'm on social media, follow me, you know, is the reality of it. But the thing is that I feel like I need to provide more art content on Patreon, damn it. And I'm sorry that I'm super distractible, but I guess I am just like unplanned and nervous anyway. But yeah, so that was like a huge long spiel for no reason, and I'm literally like, I don't know what my problem is. I have a lot more bakes I need to be doing. I'm gonna try some cool baking things. The point is that I decided to keep this vlog going for the purpose of my patrons, because sorry, long pause as I literally am sitting here like contemplating, should I delete this whole video? And if I do that, should I re-record it or should I just not? Sorry. I'm just gonna cut myself off here. I'm not gonna keep talking. I'm just gonna say that recording in December sucked because I questioned everything I did and I felt super in the spotlight, even though I knew I wouldn't be, but I just feel like until I'm uncomfortable, like I may eventually put vlogs up, but I don't know. I think they should be for specific projects. Like for instance, when I made the spider dress and I made the spider dress video, if I'd done a vlog of myself without showing the process and what I was doing and posted that, that would have paired well with the spider dress video. So just a monthly vlog of like what I'm doing. And in December, since I really didn't do anything constructive for my art business, like aside from edit that video, which isn't constructive for my art business because my YouTube isn't monetized, which is exactly why I was thinking like, oh, I'll just put vlogs up and get more views. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that, not right now. So yeah, been talking a long time. I have a lot of baking to do. Today is December 28th, so no more Christmas tree. Took that down the day after Christmas, and it is much a relief to us to not have to worry about the cat being in the tree. All right, I'm off to do some more baking, and I am gonna pop little photos of that stuff in when I compile this video.